Hello, hello. It's Wednesday night, and it's time to hang with Dario. Wow, I have missed you guys. And I hope everybody has missed these shows. We have not. This is our first show in a month.
Wow.
We've done, yeah. And I want to say the last time I was with you guys, it was probably, I don't know when it was anymore.
I think it was in January, right? End of January?
It seems like it. It seems like it. It's been a long time. But yeah, here we are for finally a comeback episode of the Hangin with Dario show. And this is where, in case we have to kind of reinstitute you guys to everybody about what we do here, it's kind of like it's a fun little show where we talk about this and that and the other thing, and we just we go off on tangents. I don't think any of my groups have gotten, well, yeah, I guess we've had some arguments with some of the teams. But usually it was like an argument between the husband and wife. Because I have different teams. All right. Of course, tonight is my Team Z. As you can see all their names here. We got Noah, Kalli, and Savannah. These are my Z generations that are all college. They're all college kids. You guys hate that? You hate because you're all of age. You hate the word kids. Yeah. Because you've been adults now for how long?
I'm not, not that long. I mean, I turned 21 in 3 months, but.
Okay. Yeah. And Kalli, you're about, what are you, 23, 24?
I'm 23, yeah.
23, yeah. So you don't want to be called a kid anymore.
Well, that's fine. I don't want to be an adult, so being
I'm with Kalli.
No adulting today, as the adults say all the time. And Savannah, you're right up there.
Yeah, I'm up there too, but
you don't want to be called a kid.
I don't want to be called a kid, especially when you are with a bunch of like 18-year-olds. You think about it, like you were in middle school when I was in like living a very different part of my life. You know what I mean? So it's
right.
Just
yeah. Well, how you guys been? Just busy like me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Has it been kind of? I want to say we last talked probably in May sometime, probably early May or late April or something like. We didn't even do that.
I think it was like March, maybe.
Oh my God. Okay, it has been a long time then.
It's
all right.
been a while. Yeah.
We got a lot of catching up to do, but we like to stay with kind of what we like to do on the show, and I like to surprise all these guests on my show. I'm not going to say kids. I'm not going to say Z generation. I'm going to say guests. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. As Z generation, do you guys kind of like despise the millennials now, or definitely not the boomers, right?
If they're good tippers, I like them. That's kind of a topic of debate: is if boomers and millennials are good tippers or not. I think that's important. That's a different thing.
I'm a boomer. I'm a damn good tipper.
Good.
That's good.
That's a good one to start off with. So you're talking, because I know Noah does some restaurant stuff. Savannah, you are you're a waitress then?
Yeah, I just got a seasonal job in Clear Lake on the lake doing some waitressing. So.
Oh, great. Okay. All right. Kalli, you doing any waitressing at all, or?
No, but I was a hostess back like my first summer after college, like after my first year of college.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. I start with 20%. You're going to get that right off the bat. Okay. That's where I start. Now, do you have a conversation with me? Do you come to the table and ask if I need a refill? Keep my iced tea full is what I'm saying. And, you don't have to, and I'm not talking about a ton either. I'm just saying if you just care about me and if you get the order right. Now I think you're super impressive if you can actually take the order and not write anything down. I always get a little scared on that, but you know what? I have trust in that wait person and say, okay, let's see how you do. Otherwise, if you don't do any of those things, I'll knock off 5% for any of that stuff. I'm thinking that you guys deserve at least 20. What's that?
Yeah, I think that's justified. I think that that's good. That's good protocol.
Yeah, I think so. All right, we're going to jump into the dating world here a little bit. Okay, Noah, you've probably been dating the least, right? Because you're the youngest.
I guess.
Yeah, but you
Probably.
dated, right? You've
Yeah.
dated.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. Kalli, you date. You have been dating, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And Savannah, you've had some dates, right?
Yes.
All right. So my first question to kind of kick things off tonight is, how many dates do you have to go with someone before you say you're dating? I mean, how often do you have to go out before you could say, if somebody comes up on the street and says, "Hey, so are you seeing someone?" You know what I'm getting at here? How many dates is Noah? You need some sleep, dude.
I was up all night last night because I had a headache and was stressed
dating?
about things. But yeah, I'm okay now. I'm gonna take a big long nap tonight. After
All right.
this, I'm gonna eat some pizza and maybe watch a movie and then crash. And I don't work until 5 tomorrow, so I can sleep in.
All right. We'll start with you then. So, if you're dating someone, before you say you're dating someone, I mean, I think it's safe to say that if you just go out on the first date, you're not really dating, correct?
Yeah.
That would be, I mean, I'll even start for me, before I'm actually seeing someone and dating someone, I got to have about 3 dates, I think. That's my answer. So, Noah, what do you think? We'll get to the ladies here in
I'd
a second.
say that for me, it's going to depend entirely on how quickly I connect to a person, because there have been some people that, well, here, I'll use this as an example. I'm not dating this person, but just a few weeks ago, I went on like a 3-hour car ride with someone that I'd only known of and spoken to for like 10 or 15 minutes in the past. So I knew who this person was, and we knew who each other were. We just decided, hey, let's go for a car ride. We went for a 3-hour car ride, had a really deep talk, listened to some music. It was super fun. And that's not in the dating scenario, but I think that there's other people that you know for 3 months and you're still, you're barely on a first name basis. So I think it depends on the level of connection with the person, but I'd have to say in general probably about 5.
5,
if not more.
You got to go on 5 dates. I see. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
That's interesting. I like that. I actually, okay. I'm still going to stick with 3, gosh, I don't know. Maybe you're right. All right. No, I think you're right. I think 5 dates.
I think 5's a better idea.
I don't know. I'm a little bit older, obviously. So, All right. How about you, Savannah?
I think that you kind of have to have a conversation with a person to tell, like, you both have to mutually decide if you're dating. And I don't think there's like a number. I think it's just that whenever that conversation kind of happens naturally, you're like, are we dating? Like, are we dating other people? It's kind of like it's definitely like a conversation. Can
that happen on the second date?
It can if you feel like it should. I mean, if it comes up, but in my experience, usually if a girl brings it up, then they're the one that's like, they're like, oh, I'm not looking for anything serious. That's like what the guys say,
I just want to be friends.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can bring it up whenever. You'd be like, so am I the only person that you're going around like on dates with? Like, what are you doing? You can talk about it then.
Okay. How about you, Kalli?
I don't know. I think like Noah, it's totally a connection thing. I think the older I've gotten, the further out I push it. Like when I was like younger, I was like, oh, we're dating like right away. Now the older I get, I'm like, we're just gonna push it a little further. Just a little bit further. So I don't know. There's no magic.
Oh my God, Kalli. So if you're single and 40. Because let me tell you guys, okay, because we got a little bit of an age gap here, but I take dating so differently now. I actually enjoy dating friends, going out, with gal friends. I'm talking about. Don't get in the whole, don't get into any rush thing. And I just want to, cause it's almost like companionship as opposed to, really into the dating thing. Do I want to be with someone? Of course, but I am also kind of picky. So, just a little bit. Actually, I was one of these kind of guys that, okay, time for the personal alarm to go off here. Here we go. I've been one of these guys that, have a relationship, and if it ends, well, then I hop back on the horse and go try again, my last relationship was 3 years ago, and I have been in no hurry. I have had no rush to get into any other relationship, just because I guess I have so many. I'm such a busy guy that, and I know the person that I need to be with also has to be a busy person. And then because I think it takes another independent person like myself to kind of make that gel a little bit. Because I think you then have a good understanding, And my last relationship was none of that. In fact, it was one of these, I had to come up with all the places to go and to do, and I think that should be a mutual thing, totally. Well, we got it. So we're talking about dating, and we were talking about restaurants and tipping and all that other stuff. Is a date a good time to be trying new food? New food? Why not? I think it's kind of fun. For instance, okay, let me ask you, have you had sushi? Have you had sushi before?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you remember the first time you had sushi? Were you instantly in love with it, or were you with a date, or you weren't? Okay.
I think
I was when there's this specific restaurant that I remember, like this sushi restaurant that's kind of a chain, but it's just in the Midwest. First time I went there, I went on a date. So I remember that, but not sushi, the food itself.
Okay. But that's out there. I know that a lot of people have not had sushi. I think it's incredible. No, you like sushi?
Not really. I'm not much of a seafood person.
Okay. So you haven't had it, or you've tried it? Or?
I have tried it a few times, and I've tried real sushi, and I've tried other kinds of sushi that aren't actually raw fish or whatever. But as far as the seafood ones go, not a huge fan.
Savannah? You're shaking your head yeah.
I love sushi. That's probably my favorite food. Yeah.
Have you ever had a sushi date?
Yeah, for sure. Those are the best dates. You can pick at each other's and just get bread. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, presentation is everything, Yeah, I love it. I don't know how they do it. Somebody told me that it's easy to make, and I'm like, are you kidding me? It looks difficult to me. How do you get the rice to really stick to all that stuff? What I mean? And wasabi. So, okay, well, as long as we're on that subject, have you ever been on a dinner date where you actually challenged yourself to eat something different?
I tried octopus the other day. Well, not the other day.
We're having a hard time hearing you, Savannah. Oh. I don't know what it is.
Is that better? I don't know what to.
Yeah, it's really, you're really quiet.
I've never been told that before.
Oh, now that's a little better.
Okay,
that's a little bit better. Anyway, go ahead.
Closer to me, I guess.
Okay, tell your story.
No, I tried octopus on a date.
Oh, octopus.
It was gross. I didn't like it.
I don't like octopus either. I did try it too. I love squid though.
Yeah.
But I gotta have it calamari style. I can't really have it, raw.
Too chewy for me.
You do? It's like chewing gum.
Yeah, it's terrible.
All right, so you would. What's the craziest thing? Is that the octopus then? Okay, all right. How about you, Kalli? You don't want to take a chance, huh?
Nope.
You're gonna order what's the go-to thing for you on that menu?
Sushi. I love sushi, so anything at a sushi restaurant. But if I'm going out Chicken strips are my go-to. I don't care if that makes me. I love my chicken strips and fries.
See, that's really deep fat fried octopus, actually, those chicken.
Psych.
There you go. Noah, how about you?
What, like the weirdest thing I'd ever try, or?
Yeah, I mean, did you ever, when you go out to eat, have you ever challenged yourself to eat something different?
Not really. I tend to stick to, good old fashioned bar and grill restaurants, burger meals, chicken tenders, maybe a fancy club sandwich or something like that here and there, but never anything too crazy. Hey, a good club sandwich is tasty.
That's true. That's true.
Hard because you don't want to waste money on something you're not going to like. You know what I mean? So if you know that you're like, I love chicken strips, no matter what kind, then go for it, right? You're not going to waste your money.
True. That's true. All right. Well, speaking of the dating thing, let's say you've been seeing someone for a while. Have you ever made a fake account to check up on that guy or girl? Seems, it's tempting, isn't it?
I did in middle
Kalli's
school.
a lawyer here, so I think you would do that just for clients,
I mean, I've never made a fake account, but I've used other accounts, I'll have my friends check up on them, or just other accounts that are already there. I mean, they're already in existence. I didn't make them for that specific purpose.
Right.
My friends. So. No, I would never make a fake one. That just seems like so much work. If you don't know someone that much, you probably shouldn't be with them.
Okay, well, let me put it this way. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a creeper are you? 1 being no creep, 10 being big time creeper. Come on, be honest. All right, come on, Noah. How about you?
With the person I'm dating right now, a 1. I mean, she doesn't really have much for social media.
Yeah, and so you don't look like
we keep it personal. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Savannah.
I'm a 10.
You're 10.
I'm a 10.
Savannah's like, I'm FBI over here.
I swear, I have done some crazy things to it's bad. I admit it. You know what I mean? Me and my friends we can kind of be like that sometimes, but we do it for each other. If we're check this person's snap score and see if it went up, or do that. It's just little things. Yeah, I'm a total.
What's a snap score? I don't know that.
It's how many snaps you Snapchats that you've sent and received.
I don't do Snapchat, so
yeah.
I know.
So if it goes up and that person hasn't opened your Snapchat, it means that they're talking to other people, but they're not opening your Snapchat on purpose. You know what I mean? So it's
right.
So you check it.
Oh, somebody wants to say hello. You remember this guy?
Oh, yeah.
How about that? Yeah, Kendall, she's not 12 anymore. Back in the photo booth days. That's right. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to get these scan things on my screen here. Anyway, okay. So, Savannah, you're the 10 times creeper.
Yeah.
And has anybody ever found out?
I mean, probably. I'm sure that. No. Yeah. I mean, I'm not creepy in the sense that I would look at my partner's phone without asking them, or snoopy like that. But I just you trust but validate, right? Isn't that what it is? Yeah. Trust them but validate. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Kalli.
I would say I'm probably in the middle. I'm probably a 5, but I can totally be a 10. When it comes to my friends, I'm I need a first name. That's all I need. I'll handle the rest. You will figure everything out. It can get really bad sometimes.
You think more women are creepers or more men?
Women.
Social media.
There's just some things that I feel men just don't even think about, going on Venmo. Who are they Venmoing? Yeah. Why?
I did It was so funny. I was not prepared for this, but I had a gal come up to me. I did a huge show. I did Country Thunder 4 nights in a row,
Oh,
and
Wow.
I was the after party. And oh my God, there was a couple thousand people coming down there like every night. I didn't get home until like 4 a.m. each night. It was just crazy. And when
Jeez.
you're in a campgrounds and there's really no part time or anything like that. But I had a gal come up to me. She was a little inebriated, and she goes, I want to be your friend. And I said, well, okay, let's be friends. And she goes, can I Venmo you? And I'm like, what do you want to pay me for? Because I think you're doing a great job. I'm like, no, it's okay. I said, I'm glad you're having a good time. That was funny. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I said, you want to pay me? Yeah, tip you. Why? Because we're just having a great time? I mean, it was crazy. I mean, I'm talking insane crowd. And I learned something about Iowa State. Not only is the Sweet Caroline song huge, but so is the Juicy Wiggle.
Oh,
If you know.
yes.
Oh,
Oh
gosh.
my gosh, yes.
Little Juicy Wiggle. Woo! Anyway.
Dude, doing that song at a wedding? Oh, chaos.
Yeah, and I do play that song at weddings. So anyway, it was fun because I don't think they had any idea that a boomer was playing all the great stuff that they were dancing and jamming to out there and stuff. But it was a good time. It was fun. All right, let's switch. Let's talk about being single versus married here. None of you are married, I realize that. But do you think it's harder to be the only single friend in your group, or the only? So in your case, let's say you're single, but all of your friends are hooked up somehow, and not marriage necessarily. Is that tougher, or is it tougher to be the one that's hooked up and the whole group is single? That's a good question. I think it's fun to be single, to be honest with you. So it doesn't bother me any, But and that happens quite a bit. I get together with other couples, and just as friends. You know what I mean? Savannah, what do you think?
I think that it's definitely tougher to be the single one when all of your friends are married. That's my life right now. Everybody has babies and they're married, and I got none of that. And so it's like when you're married, you want to do married people things. You know what I'm saying? And if you were the married one, you could easily drop off and go hang out with all your single friends. But when you're the single one with all the married, it's like, I don't really have anywhere else to go. Nobody has that same mindset as you of having fun, because that's the stereotype, right? Is that married people are boring now. So that's all it is. But I can say that. My friends are
You sound like my
know.
son and daughter-in-law. They're in their early 30s, and it's like all they do is take care of kids. They don't do anything anymore.
Yeah. And for them, that's fun. No shame to married people, but that's just the stereotype, is that married people are boring and they can't do fun things, I guess. So
right. So it's easier to be the single person?
No, it's harder.
Or it's harder? Okay.
Yeah, because none of them want to do anything with you.
Yeah. Okay. I understand that. All right. How about you, Noah? Harder to be the single one in the group or the married one, or taken, rather?
I think I'd agree with Savannah's description in that it's harder to find things to do if you're single and all your friends are, taken, and then you feel kind of like the odd one out. But I think that personally for me, that wouldn't be an issue, because in high school, I was very focused on finding a significant other. And then later in high school and early in college, I realized it didn't need to be such a focus for me. So I came to terms with the fact that it was okay if I didn't find anybody, and it would be whatever. So it wasn't a big problem.
It's
for
amazing
me.
for as young as you are to come up with that answer, because
it took me. I made some mistakes before I got there. I'll put it that way.
Well, you learned fast then.
I guess you could say that.
pretty good, man. I tell you what, if you can go through, life at such a young age already, but that's how we learn. That's how we learn. I always say no regrets because you're always going to learn something no matter what. So never think that never think about, I don't have regrets because you made some decisions. Were they smart? Not all the time.
No.
But right. All right. How about you, Kalli?
I'm always the one in the relationship in my friend groups. So I would say being in the relationship because you just have a lot more to juggle. Like you have your significant other, like their feelings to juggle while, like if you want to go out with your friends, you don't want to upset them. And like managing your time with them and school and work and your single friends. And so I think it's just a lot more being the only friend in a relationship when your single friends are like, don't have that extra like responsibility. And so I'm like, y'all don't even think about that. Like, I can't hang out with you 24/7. I'm sorry. There's like another human being that like would like my attention as well.
Right.
So,
do you have a problem with that? I mean, can you juggle it pretty good?
Oh yeah. I mean, I still go out with my friends. I can't, like, it's not hard to do it. I just think when you're the only one in a relationship in your friend group and everyone else is single, they don't think about that. We're like, if all your friends are married and you're the single one, like you can kind of think about that and be like, okay, they're dating, like they have to spend time with their significant other. Like we'll hang out when we hang out. And then you get to be the life of the party whenever you show up because you're like the fun one that comes in and you're like, let's go.
Okay, well, this is a good one then for you, Kalli, because so let's just say that you have such good times with your girlfriend. And then you come back and you're with the guy that you're seeing or whatever. And that seems a little boring sometimes compared to the girls. Or can you actually even up the fun a little bit?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right.
Even out the fun. It's different types of fun too. Like being out with the girls is like one thing and it's a ton of fun. But like being with the significant other is also fun. It's just different. Okay.
All right. So what's a typical thing that somebody like you and your significant other do? What's a fun thing that you do that you don't do with your girlfriend?
Oh, well,
so other than the obvious.
Like no one lives in Nebraska with me. So like when I go see with my friends, it's like we go out to the bars. Like I was just with them this past weekend. We go out to the bars.
All right.
So that's really fun with them. The next morning waking up isn't so fun. But like with the significant other, it's just like finding like little like funny things. So like I like watching documentaries on Netflix, just like relaxing with like a significant other is like it's the same amount of fun, it's just different.
Yeah. Noah, how about you on that?
The number one way that I like to hang out with people is to go on a long drive, listen to music, and go off on wild tangents discussing whatever it is that comes to our minds, whether it's whether we're reminded of said tangents by something from the music or if we're just thinking of whatever. I just like car rides. I really do.
Okay.
I think it goes for both friends and for significant other.
There you go. Okay. All right. Savannah?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Kalli that like the fun with your significant other just comes from like being around them because hopefully we like them. We enjoy their company. That's the fun part is that you're choosing like this person to hang out with. Hopefully, forever. That's the fun part of it is like finding joy in the little things and whether or not that's like I don't know, like grocery shopping, like that can be fun, with the right person. Sure. Yeah, it just matters. It's that old saying, right? It's not what you're doing, it's who you're with.
Yeah, and grocery shopping. See, this is funny because I used to love doing that, but I found out. See, I'm telling you, this whole pandemic thing taught a lot of people a lot of things, and you know what? I actually I do online shopping for groceries. I do the curbside pickup thing. I go, why do I want to waste an hour going in there trying to make decisions? I like to lay in bed and figure it all out. and and just order it that way. It took me, either way, it takes me an hour, but I'm at my comfort of my own home. Or maybe I'm watching, what I'm into right now, and that's Manifest. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys ever watched the show, but I'm like totally into it now. It's
I
on Netflix.
just started it, so no spoilers. I just
Okay.
started it.
I did
What
5
show?
episodes last night, and that's a lot for me.
What show are we talking about? I missed it.
Manifest?
Manifest.
Oh,
I guess
okay. Yeah, I've heard of that.
on NBC, and it just got canceled yesterday, and it just started #1 in the country on Netflix.
Wow.
They got 2 seasons sitting up there. Yeah. So, Noah and Savannah, do you even know anything about this show?
Not a
Okay.
thing.
But this
Not
is
really.
real simple. I'm not giving away anything here, but it's a flight that took off, and when they come back and land, it's 5 years later.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Crazy.
There's a family in there that has a set of twins, and one's 5 years older than the other one.
Wow.
Crazy stuff. But,
Cool.
Is it like a drama?
oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
not a comedy. It's dramatic, and it's all about how their lives have changed.
Mm-hmm.
And they were only gone for like 5 hours.
I think it was like 10 days because they went on like a vacation.
Yeah, they went on a vacation. You're right. So they were gone, I guess, for about 10 days. But I mean, the flight in general.
Oh yeah, the people on board think it's like only like 5 hours, and it's been like 5 years.
That's crazy.
That's right. Okay, we were talking about music earlier. All right, we're going to start with the ladies first. Kalli, what's the last male artist you listened to?
Something country. I have no idea.
You don't know? Who's your go-to then for male country?
It depends. We'll just say Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen.
I was really sad that he wasn't on Country Thunder.
Savannah, how about you for a male artist?
Well, the last song that I heard before I got out of my car was that Maroon 5 song, one of the Maroon 5 new songs.
Okay, so let's say Adam Levine for you. Okay. Noah, how about the last female artist you listened to?
Gosh, I don't know. Let me pull up my Spotify really quick. History. Okay, so the last artist I listened to was actually female. It's a brother and sister duet called Lawrence, but the sister Gracie. They're a pop jazz kind of blend. Really, really great vocals and lots of spirit and energy in their music.
Well, speaking of energy, and we're gonna get a little juicy. Okay, but you got a chance to have a hall pass, $100,000 for that artist. Okay, would you take the $100,000 or no? Okay, this is about that artist, and it's about the fact that you get a hall pass for $100,000. Kalli, Morgan Wallen.
Oh, after seeing all the Alabama videos and stuff, I don't think so. When he was down in Alabama, I don't think so. I don't want to catch anything.
You just want to watch him. That's about it.
We'll keep a little distance. I don't want to catch anything that he might have caught, but you'll be great to watch.
All right. Adam Levine, Savannah.
Probably, just because it could have been anybody. It could be any celebrity. I'd be like, yeah, for sure.
Right. But I mean, I'm just had to start it out somehow.
Of
so
course,
you're laughing.
yeah, of course.
Oh, now Noah, what's this girl
God.
with the jazzy sister here?
Okay, listen, I have a crush on this girl. So
yeah. With the artist, or you mean a girl that's not an artist?
No, it's on the artist.
On the artist.
She's probably one of my biggest celebrity crushes.
Well, this is a no-brainer for you for $100,000. Come on.
I do it for free. I'm a bad person for saying that, but
oh no, Savannah with Adam Levine for nothing.
Yeah.
That's where you go. All right, here's a fun one. Look around your room right now. What's your weapon of choice right now? I even got to look around here.
Oh, I have scissors right here.
Hey, there you go.
I have keys. I was like, that's all I got. Keys.
You
got one. Yeah.
I got a good one. There is a disassembled desk with metal legs, and over in the corner, I can see a couple of the metal legs. I'll just grab one of those.
Grab one of those, and if you had to use the weapon, that's what you would use. Okay.
Yeah.
Kalli's going to get fierce with the scissors. I'll cut you up.
I've got a Swiffer too. I guess I can hit him with my Swiffer.
You got that you got the steam setting. Just blind him first.
Savannah, what do you got?
Keys. That's it. Okay, ever keys.
Keys. That's the only thing. Gosh,
Kinda
I'm about as bad as you are. I don't think I could probably. Well, I got a glass mug here. My little lemonade mocktail here that I make. So, anyway, wow. Okay. Where are we at here on my little agenda? Okay. Let's go back to love for a second. How do you know someone really loves you? First of all, let's do this. Noah, are you in love?
I'd have to say yes.
Okay. All right. Kalli, are you?
I don't know why I hesitated.
Love is such a relative thing. I mean, yes, I suppose.
Wow. Okay. Savannah, are you in love?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you know someone loves you? Noah? What's that?
I actually had this talk with my dad in the car just the other day.
You're out cruising, listening to music, right?
Yeah. And there's a lot of things that are really special about her. First of all, she's musical, which is a huge thing for me, obviously.
Right.
She has a beautiful voice. She's very attractive. She has very similar religious and political beliefs as I do, so that that's
how do you
easy.
know she loves you?
We
don't even have to use the word love, guys. We can just say cares so much. Care is a good
she's very open in her communication with me. Very honest and straightforward. She texts me or messages me every day that we're not together. And
there you go.
I'm responding in
the
time.
Messages, yeah. Okay.
She's always making sure that I'm eating and taking care of myself, which can be a problem for me. I tend to skip meals sometimes. She tells me to take days off when I'm, going on like an 18-day work streak and can't get a break from work. And Culver's is understaffed right now, so I've been doing lots of work for them.
Everybody's understaffed, I think.
Well, yeah, and
it's insane.
I keep picking up hours every day that I'm supposed to have off, and
right.
she's making sure that I'm taking care of myself. She's invested in where I'm going in my life. She wants to know all these things about me.
Yeah,
and I could go on for a long time.
You think that she gives more? She gives more into that feeling than you give her?
I don't know. We kind of make it a contest.
Okay.
So
today you win. Tomorrow I'm going to win, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I always win, obviously.
How about you? How do you know that your special someone loves you?
Me?
Yeah. Or no, I said Savannah. But
I didn't know who you were talking to either. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
And you guys can talk about your own thing. That's fine. But it's like, how do you know someone really loves you, I guess?
Yeah. No, I could definitely go on like a list too. I won't, but I it's easy. Like it's little things with a specific person. But I'm really into like the 5 love languages. And I think that when someone like knows your love language and consciously speaks it, like understands it, even if it like, especially if it's something that isn't easy for them, you know what I mean? Maybe like words of affirmation, if they're not a very communicative person and they know that you need words of affirmation and they give you that, then you know they love you. It's like a conscious thought for sure.
That's a key thing in there. 5, and I don't think people do it enough. It's so key to know what the other one. If you don't know, if you're watching right now, or listening in the background or whatever. The love languages are basically it's what you need. If you pick in your own, it's what you need from the other person that lets you know that they love you. Yeah, exactly. So you guys know, Kalli and Noah, do you know what all 5 are?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. What are they?
Quality time, words
Yeah.
of affirmation,
Yep.
gifts,
Gifts
Acts of service.
yep.
and physical.
Physical touch. Yeah.
Yep. There you go. I'll go first. I need physical and affirmation. I think you need to pick 2. That's what I
quality time and words of affirmation.
Okay.
I'm
You need
physical,
that
I'm
a girl.
physical touch and words of affirmation too. We're the same, Harry.
Okay. All right. Noah, what are you?
Quality time and physical touch.
Okay, yeah. Most guys have that physical one in there, and a lot more guys than you think have that affirmation one. I have a sister who's into the gift thing. I don't know hardly anybody that ever is the gift thing, but here's a good example. When it's her birthday in September, she celebrates the entire month. So imagine all the hell my brother-in-law goes through. It's funny. All right, so what makes you different from most people? Savannah, what makes you different?
I actually have, this is like, I've said this for so long. I love this question, is that I feel like I'm different because I am so like crazy out there, ridiculous, like myself all the time, that I feel like it lets other people kind of open up and feel more comfortable to be themselves, because then they think like, oh, I'm not going to be the weirdo in the room. Like she's got that covered, she's way more out there than me. So they feel more comfortable to open up and like kind of give themselves to the people around them. So that's what I like about myself, is that I just don't really care what people think, and I'm going to be myself all the time, no matter what.
Yeah. Why not? You are who you are.
Exactly.
You can only change yourself. Nobody else can change it for you either.
Yeah.
Kalli?
I'm the opposite. I hate this question. Because I think we live in a world where everyone is just trying to prove how different they are than everyone else. And I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I don't have to answer to anyone. I'm an adult. I really don't have to answer to anyone now. So I guess that would be my thing, is I don't feel like I have to prove anything to anyone. But I hate that question because I think just the way the world is, everyone like on social media and everywhere is just like, look at how different I am. It's like, why just do your own thing? Why do you have to be like that?
Yeah, it's kind of nice to like focus on what makes us similar more than what makes us different. You're kind of like, what can we bond together through too? Yeah. So I get what you're saying.
All right. Noah, how do you feel?
I totally agree with everything that's been said so far.
But what makes you different? That's a good answer, Kalli. It really is. I mean,
what makes me different is, goodness, I make it a point to give everyone as much as I can possibly muster up, the benefit of the doubt or slack or whatever you want to call it. The word sonder, I don't know if you guys know that. It's a word meaning, it's more a feeling of when you come to the realization that every person that you meet in your life, whether it's someone you spend your entire life with, or like a brother or sister, parent, significant other, or whether it's someone you pass on the street while you're on vacation in London and you literally never see again, you've seen them for 3 seconds flat. Sonder is the realization that all of those people have a life as complex and real and as difficult and as challenging as you do, and they all have emotions and struggles, and it's all valid. And Sonder is the realization of that, the recognition that I'm not the only person in the world. And I always feel inadequate when I'm explaining this because it's such a big thing. It's such a
This
big
is deep.
worldwide
Yeah,
thing.
this is deep, but it's also simple to understand.
And I think for me, I had a moment of Sonder pretty early on in high school. I've struggled with mental health for a long time, and I used to talk to friends and students in high school all the time about their mental health. I liked to give them advice and help them and do whatever I could to encourage them. And I did that with lots and lots of people. But I always did it for me because I am a person
Validation
who
for yourself.
it's validating for myself because I
get-
feel like less of a person when I'm not helping someone.
Yeah.
But then I had this moment, a big what do you call it? Big realization
Yeah.
thing moment. It starts with an E, right?
Eureka.
Not that's close.
Like an aha moment.
Yeah, I
Epiphany.
don't know.
Euphoria.
Epiphany, that's it. Epiphany, that's the word.
Epiphany, yeah.
Thank you. I had to find that word. I had an epiphany. I had this moment where I realized that everyone has complexities and emotions, and it's all valid because they're coming from a life that they've lived that's as complex as yours.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a really long-winded explanation. I know I'm talking like a typical guy. That's a really long-winded explanation for me saying I think I'm different than anyone else in that, or than most other people, in that I give everyone that I can the most possible benefit of the doubt. And sometimes I still need to work on that. But
Yeah, but I also think, don't you think don't you have more joy in your life now that you do that as opposed to before? Some of the mental health issues you were talking about or whatever. Because I've always said, I mean, hey, try to go love, care, and serve for everybody, and and you're going to be okay if that's what you can, honest to God, think. No, every human on the planet cannot do that.
Yeah.
Not all the time. You can most of the time, but you have to be conscious of that.
And that's another thing I had to learn in high school was my limit, because I pushed myself way beyond that limit. And to get very bold and open here, literally almost ended up dead for it. It was dangerous.
Along that same line, one of the phrases that, there's a lot of phrases that I get tired of hearing, but and I never want to hear that new normal phrase ever again. But I honestly don't like the phrase "it happens for a reason." Well, it happened for a reason. Happened for a reason. Because I'm one of these guys that, first of all, I think everything just happens. Okay. I think what's more important is how we react to it and what's our attitude towards. Because listen, there's a lot of good things that happen in life, and there's a lot of bad things that happen in life. And I don't blame anyone. I don't think you can blame anyone for whatever happened, no matter what it is. It just happened. Does it happen for a reason? Well, no. What I think is more important is that how you take the whole, how you define it, how what happened. That's why, just to throw in religion here for just a second, I don't believe that God causes everything, and I'm a Christian, okay? I don't believe he causes everything. I just think he's there for us after it happens, that we rely on some help. We need some help, So this whole thing, I think everything happens, it's circumstantial, it just happens. But how do we react to it? That's what's even more, But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. That's how I look at it. And that's why, I guess, for me, why am I a little different? I'm probably, and it's only because of my sobriety for 15 years, which is next week. Next week, 15 years. I'm way more patient. And I actually think, and I've always said this, if talking to someone in recovery or whatever, I always talk about the fact that your perception is here, and the farther you can keep your reaction, the better. Because, I mean, case in point, if somebody hauls off and wants to slug you right in the face, what's your reaction to that? You fight back, right? See, the key is how far can you keep your perception and reaction apart from each other?
Mhm.
See, and that's key. And then in there somewhere is patience. Can you say something? Well, sure, but you got to think a little bit. And I think we have a society today, believe me. I mean, and you know it as soon as you see it. But everybody hears things, everybody sees things, and they immediately go from perception to reaction right away. There's no little hang time in there, I mean, and when I mean hang time, I'm talking about jumping off the plane like I've done a couple times. And you just hope that damn parachute works. But and then your reaction is at the way in. But anyway, I digress. All right, let's talk about your biggest pet peeve. What's your biggest pet peeve? Kalli, what do you?
Okay.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
I have two.
Okay. All right.
If I could hear people chewing, oh my God, I hate that. And I hate bad drivers. Like, someone cut me off today and I was ready to throw hands. I was like, I'm done with this. Get out of your car. I don't care that I'm 5'4". Like, let's go. I've got some road rage. My friends all know it. They don't like to ride with me.
I hear you, man. I was driving the other day. It's 55 and they were going 45. And I don't understand that at all.
It's mostly when people cut me off. I'm like, okay, we're going to do this, huh?
Yep. And I'm going to pass you if I can. I'm going to pass you at 70. To get a big lead out there. All right, Savannah, what's your pet peeve?
I feel like my pet peeve makes me sound very pretentious, and I don't try to be, but it's just the honest truth is that I get so irritated. My biggest pet peeve is when people continually use words wrong. Like, they'll say seen instead of saw. I'm like, or they'll say irregardless instead of regardless. And it's like, I get it if you don't know.
Yeah.
That's fine, of course. But if I tell you, like, hey, it's regardless, like, just FYI, because I'll do that because I am a little pretentious. It drives me nuts. Like, the seen instead of saw one, I just cringe every time. Like, my bones.
How about like the theirs? They are, and their, THEIR, THERE.
It's frustrating. It's harder because it's not when you like say it. If I read it, I'm kind of irritated. But when I'm like hearing somebody say, yeah, I seen that the other day. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You saw it. Like,
you saw it.
Yeah, it just drives me nuts.
I get that. All right, Noah, how about you?
This is hard to think of because I'm a very easygoing and not difficult to get along with person. I don't know. I'd have to say,
wow.
There are certainly things that get under my skin, but it's extremely difficult to annoy me. It really is. I'd have to say, if I have a pet peeve, it's people who don't think through things at all. I work in fast food. So I hear all kinds of stuff in the drive-thru all the time. Like, thank you for choosing Culver's. How can I help you? Yeah, can I get a cheeseburger? Okay, what would you like on that? What does it come with? At Culver's, our burgers comes plain. So I go, okay, it comes plain. What would you like on that? And they go, whatever you put on it. And I say, okay, but it comes plain. What would you like on the burger? And they go,
everything.
I don't know. What do you have? And it's like, just what do you mean? What do we have? Standard burger toppings.
Like, have you ever been to a restaurant before?
Like, we got lettuce, pickles, mayo, onion, tomato, ketchup, mustard. Like, that's what every restaurant ever has for burgers. Like, I don't know. People who don't think through things at all before they say it.
I can add to that.
There's a little bit of presence of mind.
This is one of my little common sense things. I want to know why people ask if they can have a burger. I have never been able to understand that before. I don't care if you're going through the drive-thru or if you're sitting inside a menu. Yeah, can I have number 4?
I have a
Seriously,
story about that.
Hey, I want number 4.
I have a story about that.
Well,
Today,
this is along the lines of. I guess it's a pet peeve of mine because it's along the lines of there's only one sky. If I ever hear a meteorologist talk about skies are cloudy today, I said, I don't know. I look up and see one frickin' sky, right? You know, and that's what I'm talking about. And oh, by the way, there's only one wind. When's the last time you had winds?
yeah.
And what do you say? You say it's windy today, right? You don't say it's, boy, it's sure windsy out there today. Yeah, all the winds. Really, I only put up my finger and feel one wind coming in. I don't know. This is just common sense stuff to me. But yes, you know, you've heard it, Noah, and you know what I'm talking about, you ladies. How many times have you heard the phrase, yeah, can I have a...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the type of person that does that, though, because I think it's polite. Like, what if they don't have it? And then they're like, no. If you're asking them,
true, we're coming off of a pandemic here, and then probably last year was like, yeah, because you couldn't go to Buffalo Wild Wings and count on traditional wings. Which, by the way, there are. If you're not a traditional wing, you're not a wing. It's not a wing. I'm sorry.
the saucy nugget, and I like my saucy nuggets. So back off.
I like chicken nuggets too.
You do? Oh. I gotta have. I'm talking though and I've done that before. I've walked into Buffalo Wild Wings and I never can get a wing because they're out. You know,
that's why you ask, so then they can politely say no instead. It seems.
I still don't ask. It said I like some traditional wings. Would you like some boneless ones? No, I don't think a boneless wing is a wing. Sorry, I mean it just isn't. I think a pork wing has a better chance of being a wing. You know, but yeah, so I don't, I think it's silly to say, can I? Can I have?
I'm with you.
Yeah, I know. It's like, well, you know, and maybe if they're paying, if Noah's in there taking your order and he's paying for it, well, that's a little bit different then. So. All right, you ready to get juicy on one before our last question?
Oh boy.
You know, I always got to have some type of sex question. All right, there's always got to be one good one here. I guess we had 2. We had an earlier one with your favorite celebrity. Okay, here we go. Confession time on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being soft, 10 being really loud. What's your noise level during whoopee? 1 to 5. 1 to 5. Okay. Yeah, let's start with Noah here.
Maybe a 4. That's probably a 4. I'm not very loud.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a really deep bass growl sometimes that comes out of nowhere, but that's about it.
A bass growl. I love it.
It's very low.
You have no idea what a DJ sounds like.
I guess.
All right, Savannah, how about you?
I mean, it depends on if they're doing it right. Right? Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it can definitely be a 1, like quiet as a mouse, but yeah, you can work your way through the scale, I think. I've been all the numbers.
Well, it's kind of like the didn't we have another 1 to 10 thing a little earlier, and you said 10 on that one?
Yeah, because I'm a creeper. Yeah.
Oh, the creeper. Yeah, creeper has nothing to do with how loud you are.
No.
So what are you saying?
Are
you a little? Are you? You know, a moan can be like a 1 to 3.
Yeah.
And then I would say a little yip or whatever can be.
What?
You're being vocal. What? Being vocal. Well, it depends on how loud the moan is, I guess. So. Just answer the question. What are you? 1 to 10. What are you?
I've never yipped for the record.
Yep.
Maybe like an 8. I'll say 8.
An 8? Oh, that's very good. Okay, very good. All right, Kalli, you're turning as red as your hair is today. So,
I'd say like consistently like a 6, but like I mean it can get up there. I'm not making like a porno by any means though, so it's not like a 10 like ever. So like,
well, I think we all agree that men don't maybe get as vocal as what women do.
yes.
True.
Correct?
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's something wrong there. Probably.
Oh,
But I don't know. I like your whole, what'd you say? A bass growl? Or what did you?
I don't even know where it comes from. It just happens, and it's very, very, very low, and it's weird. I'll just tell you that much right now.
Funny. That's funny. We're at an hour right now, and I'm going to end with a quicker one. Okay, this is a real quick one before we get out of here. Your favorite emoji? Mine's the wink. It's always been the wink. I love the wink. All right. Kalli, what's your favorite emoji?
Mine's the smiley with the star eyes. I use that for everything. Sarcastic, not sarcastic, everything.
Oh, cool. Is that with like, what is it? Is it gold or is it like purple, those stars? Or is it
Gold stars on
Gold
like
stars.
a smiley face.
There you go. There's Kalli's affirmation she likes. See? She likes a couple of gold stars. Well, if you get that screech up to about a 9, then.
Oh,
All right, Savannah, how about you?
No.
I like the one where the teeth are just like this, or it's like, because it can be like kind of awkward, like kind of like good, or I don't know. It's just a little bit of everything. It just depends on the text, but I use it all the time. Just the plain like one.
The one with the big smile.
No, it's not a big smile. It's just like plain,
just
like
a lot of
it's like a
teeth.
square smile almost. How do you even explain it? Like, yeah, a square smile. That's my favorite.
All right, Noah, how about you? What's your favorite emoji? Or
Well,
your go-to emoji?
the one that I use the most is a purple heart, but in terms of face emojis, probably
Well, the
just
purple
the-
heart's fine.
just a smile with closed eyes and a little blush on the cheeks.
Yeah.
Just a standard little cheesy smile face.
Okay. Speaking of those hearts, the different colors, do they mean something different for each
I don't-
one? You guys
I don't think
Good.
so.
Well, hey, listen, you're the age group you're in. You're into the emojis. Let's face it.
Mhm.
And it's funny that none of you, of course, said peaches or the peach or the eggplant, which is good. So that's and let's face it, how many of you ever used the mask one before we had the pandemic? I don't think anybody ever did. But you ended up using it, right?
Heck if I know.
You never did? Oh,
No.
I did.
I still don't think I've used it.
I didn't even know it existed.
It's in there. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for being part of it tonight. It was a lot of fun, and you were
So fun.
come back for being off this show for a long time.
Yeah,
We
you
haven't
do that.
done a Hanging with Harry O show for at least 3 weeks. So yeah, it's good to see that you guys are doing all right. You got summer going on here. You got you got some big plans, vacations. Anybody got a vacation that you're going to go on?
Not really.
No, you're going to work.
I'm gonna go to Vegas in September.
Well, there you go. What's happening there?
Whatever I want. It's my birthday.
Isn't
There
it going
you
to stay there? What happens in Vegas?
In
stays in
Vegas? Yeah, whatever happens in Vegas is going to stay in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to meet up with Adam Levine and give him a
Let's hope, and I'll creep on him.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We will talk to you again probably in about a couple of months.
hmm
Okay, we'll check in. Do you believe it? Couple of months. When would it be? Probably school's in session again.
Yeah,
Probably.
probably. Oof.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Okay, got a lot of school ahead of you yet?
2 years.
I have 1
2
year.
more years. Kalli, how long for you? 2 more years in Savannah?
Just one.
Just one. So you're going to be wrapped up. Awesome. All right. Thank you much, guys.
Thank you.
That's another Hanging with Harry O. All right.